Argentina are through after an incredible comeback, beating England 2-1. And the rallying cry all over Argentina right now is that the Falklands are Argentine. We talked about how this was going to be much more than just a football match for Argentina. And boy, did it show in the anthem, in the comeback, in the passion, in the dark arts, in everything about that game today. You saw how much it meant to Argentina, didn't you, Yadel?
That was how a semifinal should be played. I mean, I'm honestly shocked still. I mean, I don't even know who, like what words to say from just excitement to the suffering that I felt as a
Yeah.
fan throughout the whole 90 minutes, through just seeing how amazed I am by this team, by the how they kept fighting. I mean, what can we say about this team? You have to really go and knock them out. You can't like leave them
No.
hanging. And wow, like you said, Javi, clearly the first 45 minutes, I don't think those guys were even trying to play football. They were just trying
Yeah.
to take it a
WWE
little
match.
personal. I actually think, like we talked in our preview, England kind of fell for it a little bit, which they shouldn't have
Yes.
done that. And then, I mean, I'm still shocked. Honestly, they turned it around in what 5 minutes. It's just insane, insane, insane.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like you can basically write off that first 45, and
Yeah.
then that 45 in the second half, you can almost break that down into two halves, right? You can look at England kind of growing into the game. It seems like they finally put the emotions and stuff like that behind them. They come back, they get the goal against a run of play. Argentina probably having the best spell in the game, and then something happens where Tuchel begins to throw the team back, starts making a lot of defensive substitutions, and there's two ways of looking at that. On one hand, I'm thinking to myself, you need to take control of the game, put more men in midfield, don't invite pressure, especially with the team against Argentina when there's so many players who have a strike on them, right? So many players who can not only pick out a pass but are capable of shooting from distance. They can score in so many different ways, and they have so much attacking talent off the bench that they can throw on. So you're going to really be able to deal with them. But on the other hand, it's like it's not like Argentina was playing through them. It was just crosses into the box. And I think the tallest person on that Argentina team is 5'7", going up against 6'4", 6'5", 6'7" center backs from England, and somehow these guys are winning every single header. So it's almost like well, you shouldn't invite the pressure, but at the same time, how the hell are you not winning your headers? This should be bread and butter for you. This is exactly what you would want. You should ask, force the Argentines to ask a different question, and yet you didn't. And so I want to get your thoughts there. Like, did Tuchel have the right idea but poor execution from his players, or does this fall on him today?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Hobby. I think you know how I feel about him. I think he got it wrong. I think he got it
Yeah,
wrong because he should have actually put Madueke, even though I think he's awful. I think he should actually taken the game to them because both of the center backs were yellow cards. They were obviously gonna push forward, and play like with a high line to try to sort of put pressure. And yeah, I mean, you like you're sitting back. I mean, you're fighting the pressure. And the thing with Argentina, like where you said, it was a lot of crosses, and they're all my size, so they should be winning them. But like you said, like they have players who could actually shoot, and they have players who could actually, invite and pick a pass. So that's why, like so many times, they were wide open with the passes because it was like, okay, is Enzo gonna shoot or is he gonna pass? It's like how many times have we seen McAllister like hit the post because he was crashing the box. So it was kind of like difficult in that sense. I personally would have kept going forward. You need to go forward because this Argentina team, like we've seen it throughout the whole tournament, like physically terrible. You obviously are better than them physically, and both of the center backs are on yellow cards. So keep attacking them, keep attacking them, keep getting them. I'm getting in behind, and I think he invited somebody like Messi, and so McAllister, even Julian, who kept coming out and in like out and in. So just play through them, and that's why they got those two goals there.
yeah, and that also gave Scaloni a platform to be very brave with his substitutions, putting in a lot of attacking players. At one point, he had Nico Gonzalez, Messi, Lautaro, and Julian Alvarez on the pitch, and basically almost playing with a back three at one point. And the fact that England couldn't really exploit that, because I think at one point they had four center backs on the pitch, I think really just allowed them, kind of an open invitation. But I gotta say, the English have to defend a lot better. I agree that Tuchel didn't take the right approach here, but at the same time, there's absolutely unacceptable how these guys are finding every single cross and winning almost every single header. It's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Really, it is. But, the Argentina arguably, I would say this was probably, at least in the knockout phase, their best game in terms of how they played, in terms of the way they moved the ball around, in terms of how they looked, and every single aspect. I think this was as good as they could have possibly played. And I think across 90 minutes, it's very easy to say that Argentina was a better team, that they were deserving of this victory. And so credit to them for, finding form at the right moment at in the semifinal, a very important game. We talked about how this is exactly what they needed to find the right form. And I think they're heading into that final against Spain in very, very high spirits. And I think a final that we're all very much looking forward to. But I do want to talk on one main man, Lionel Messi, 39 years of age, and these English were kicking him to bits to try to bring him down. And the first assist, let's not be shameless with it, right? Simple pass, and he gave it to them. But credit to him, two men on him at all times. Two men on him all times, and two guys shifted over, left Enzo clear. He passed it. Second time around, faked the shot, drove and whipped it with his right foot, and found the assist. And ultimately, two assists in a game for him, a critical assist and a key play, a key dribble, and a key pass that ultimately gave his team the goal. And the world of football is once again giving him the plaudits at 39 years of age, one of the biggest games of his career. We talked about how this is probably more important than the World Cup final itself, considering the level of opposition. So, a few words for the man Messi there.
What can we say about him at this point? I mean, even us, who I believe are probably the two biggest Messi fans that you could ever find, I think we're shocked by his World Cup. We were not expecting this. And
No,
at like at moments, even in today's game, you saw where he looked a little slow, he looked a little old. But the moment, like you can't give him that moment. You literally can't give him that moment. And we saw how just his presence alone attracted so much attention from the English players. And it's just it got to a point where it's like, honestly, don't even try to dribble, don't even try to run. Just start crossing the ball because like it doesn't matter how old you are, you're still gonna have that talent, you're still gonna have
yep,
that technique. And those balls, like those crosses that he was putting, like there was one to Nico Gonzalez who which paid for a stop, which was a great stop. I mean, it was coming. It was coming and he kept going, he kept fighting. And I mean, 8 goals, 4 assists. He scored or assisted in every single game in this World Cup. I mean, what are we talking about? Like,
yeah,
does this even make sense? I mean, it's getting to that point where it, like, honestly, it doesn't make sense. This guy is not supposed to
no.
be doing this.
But you know what I love Yadi too is that he also understands his limitations. And and we
Yeah.
talked when we did our analysis of Portugal, we talked about how Ronaldo needed to, have his game centered around a target man, poacher, not trying to get involved in the play. You see Messi, he's playing his game, the team are chasing the game. He's not trying to collect the ball from the defense. He's not trying to, play centrally so he can be the main man. He's drifting out wide, hugging the touchline, trying to stretch the pitch, letting the overload happen on the left-hand side so when the switch of play comes to him, he has time and space to pick out a ball. He's not trying to be the one who is being the main man, trying to get the goal, and making everything congested in the box. He's understanding the best way that I can help my team is actually to stay away from all the action, hugging the touchline so that when the ball gets to me, I can pick out a pass. And that is a player that not only understands his limitations, given the age that he has, and that he doesn't have that same operational agility and tight touch control in a very congested area, but also understand that what the team needs from him in that moment is to just keep the width. And we've seen him do that now in multiple games when they're chasing a goal. He's not trying to do too much or get involved, but rather he's actually trying to do what the team and what the attack needs from him in that moment. And sometimes that humility is what allows him to continue to be at this level and continue to be the main man and the person that Argentina turns to. And I just think that is so important of a player of his age in particular to do, to rely on sometimes the brain and not rely on his name or his ego, and to trust his teammates to be the main man in one moment so that when he gets his, he can actually deliver for him. And he did that again today, didn't he?
Um, yeah, I mean, I think how humble he is, how smart he is as well. I mean, he's showed it. He knows, like he knows what he's capable of doing, and not. And we saw it today in today's game. He knew he couldn't try to go over there and try to outrun or even out dribble those guys. He knew, hey, the best chance I'm gonna give my team is to stay out and to like whip balls in and let like and them get on the end of it. Like I'm just gonna attract the under pressure because all the eyes are on me, and I'm just gonna use sort of my left foot to try to, and in this case, in the second half,
Right foot.
I'm his right foot to try to, I'm win the game from that point. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what to say. This what a game, what a crazy game.
What a game.
I think like for us, this final, it's the one we wanted, the one we all like deserve. And I have my friend here once again. We're gonna go play for this again, Argentina and Spain. I think whoever wins is gonna absolutely deserve it. Who's not gonna win it is obviously Cristiano Ronaldo and Jude Bellingham and all those Real Madrid donkeys. So yeah, I mean Sunday, honestly, hopefully Argentina wins, but it's gonna be a party of football. Like the good guys won, and I just can't wait for the final. I can't wait to do like the preview. I can't wait to watch the game. I'm literally so excited right now.
And that preview will be coming out probably the day right before. So keep an eye out for that. Let us know your thoughts on this particular game as well. Are we getting the two best teams in the final? Is this the one that football deserves? We'll love to get your thoughts. And of course, keep an eye out for that preview. We're going to analyze both teams, do an in depth analysis, give our predictions, and discuss where the game is going to be won and lost for both. But thank you guys so much for watching. It's been an absolute joy to cover this World Cup. One more, probably two more videos to come, the preview and the review. And then from there, we'll focus on other things football, particularly the league, the English Premier League, and many more things to come. So we'll catch you guys on the next. Thank you guys for the watch. Bye bye.